All right, Shalom. This is Shalamah from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Quadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, safety, much love, and blessings to the elect of Israel. I want to do a quick lesson about having good patience. And you see on the left side of the screen, I have the definition pulled up. It says the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. So throughout this walk, until we see the return of Yahweh Shai, we basically have to be in good spirits. We have to be in good spirits, not meaning you have to be happy all the time, but just knowing that you can't get angry, you can't get frustrated with the return of the Lord, because there are many things that has to happen. It's a process. All things must come to pass before the return of the Lord. And when I say all things, I'm talking about the prophecies. We have to wait on the more plagues, more violence, wars. What else going on? The pestilences, the famines. We have to wait on all of these things, and we have to be in good spirits while we're doing it. A lot of guys that were in this truth years ago, they thought they thought Yahweh Shah was going to return in 2000, and he didn't return, and that caused them to fall out of the truth. We could have, the way it's looking now, we could have a couple of months, we could have a couple of weeks, or we could have another year, which we really can't see another year. But it's very possible. We could have 3 years in this thing left. And those 3 years might be pure hell, but we already know what's to happen. We already know, what's to come, because it's written. But we basically have to, we basically don't give up. You have to endure to the end. Just like Yahweh Shah said in Matthew chapter 24, he that endured to the end, the same will be saved. But practicing that good patience, it can be as something small as buying a seed. Me myself, I used to I didn't do it this year, but I used to plant peppers and tomatoes, and I've started with a seed before, but I like to have the plant. I like to go get the plant and then basically put it in the soil and find a good spot, to plant it. A good spot where it can get rain. Not up under like a shade tree or anything like that, but basically out in the open. But you have to find the perfect spot to plant it. Then you have to wait. The rain has to do its thing. The sunlight has to do its thing. The temperature, all of those things play a factor in the seed taking root and sprouting out of the ground. So it's many things that Yahweh Shemi Shah put in place before before the kingdom can be established. So we have to basically just endure. That's gonna make us fit for the kingdom. And not only that, we're gonna enjoy it more. We're gonna go through hell before this kingdom come. You got brothers that's going through hell now. It's gonna be more to come, and you probably haven't even really seen hell. You're gonna be afflicted. You're gonna be Esau's gonna roll on all people. And we basically have to just keep praying that, we can continue and we will be saved out of all of this chaos. But I want to go to the book of Hold on. Before I go to, I want to get to the book of James, but before that, I want to go to Romans chapter uh, 13 and 11, I believe. It says, "And that knowing the time is now, it is not time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe." Hey, we know that this thing, like, for example, in 2019, we didn't know that 2020 was going to be like this. 2019, you probably saw another 5 years. Now 2020, man, we barely see 5 weeks left in this thing. You know, from today being July the actually today being July the 4th. You know, one of Esau's holy holidays, and it's 2020, and you done pretty much passed half the year. Man, this thing is moving fast, and look what all has happened since 2020 came into play. Yeah, we didn't see that in 2019. So, hey man, we don't know when our salvation is gonna come. Our salvation can come. It could possibly come next month. We don't know. The chip is here. It just has to be made mandatory. You know, World War III is pretty much here. You know, we pretty much just waiting for the troops to gather in the valley Yehoshaphat, the valley of Jehoshaphat. You know, we're waiting on the Armageddon. You know, we waiting on all these things that are like right there around the corner. But hey, you know, just going back to patience. Through good patience, we'll be okay. You know, and then it could be things in the world. It could be, you know, your job. It could be a woman. You know, it could be, you know, you might have a settlement check or something you waiting on. As a matter of fact, a good example is, say you get into a car accident, and you know the lawyer has to go back and forth with the insurance company, and you know, if you settle, you get less money. But if you go ahead and, you know, let the whole thing run out, you're gonna get your maximum amount of payout. And those that, you know, have been in that situation before, waiting for you know, a check from the insurance company, they'll go back and forth with the lawyer, and you know, if they don't come to an agreement and the whole thing has to go to court, you're gonna receive a much larger payout. It's not gonna be a settlement. You know, basically, we in this truth, we're not settling for less. You know, we want everything to happen how it's supposed to happen, and you know, so we can get that great reward. But like I said, we don't know when, how long we got here, but the time is nigh. You know, but that nigh could be, you know, it could be, like I said, it could be a couple of weeks. Looking at 2020, that thing could be the next day. You know how everything has been going on. But I want to go to the book of James, chapter 5, and read down a little bit. It's I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for a precious fruit of the earth, and had long patience for it, until he received the early latter rain." Verse 8, "Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh." You know, just like the definition, it says, or suffering without getting angry or upset. You know, we can't get angry with the Lord, you know, with everything that we're going through. You know, Job didn't get angry with the Lord. You know, his wife did, but you know, Job understood, and he got everything, you know, that he lost, everything back and more. But that's how we need to look at it on this side. We're gonna lose everything that we have, the little that we do have. But what we're gonna receive in the kingdom, man, and all you have to do is basically just patiently wait and keep doing the work and pleasing the Lord, having good faith. You can't be angry and upset and have faith. You can't go and pray for something and be upset at the time. You got to understand that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is going to come through when the time is right. And I'm just going to skip down to verse 11. It says, "Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and tender and of tender mercy." You know, hey man, we gonna go through some stuff. We're gonna go through more hell, especially you know, the things that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has planned. You know, it's gonna be pure hell out here. All we have to do is just keep it moving. I want to get one more precept, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it. And this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and in verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." And you know, it's been. I'm pretty sure brothers heard stories or have seen it for themselves, where you'll have a nigga in the world walking past the camp saying, "Man, y'all still doing that same thing? Y'all still out there teaching? Or y'all still reading it? Or y'all still believing it?" Yes. Yes, because we have patience. Somebody actually told me that, man, you still you know, you still into the Bible, and you still reading and doing this and doing that. You know, they don't want to call it the truth. They just like, you still doing that thing. Yes. And I'm gonna stay doing it. You know, another thing, we got to be patient with the 1/3. You know, it's a lot of it's you got 1/3 that's looking like 2/3 out there. We don't know who the 1/3 is. You know, we gotta be patient with, you know, when I say this, I'm talking about Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but we gotta be patient with niggas in the world. You know, that great multitude is coming. That's another thing that we have to look for as well. We can't receive this great multitude and you know, we going through this hell and we being afflicted, and you know, you angry and upset of what you're going through. No, you got to keep that good spirit. You gotta keep that good spirit on you, and that's what's gonna help. You know, the people that's actually learning from you. It's gonna help them build their patience. But I'm gonna go ahead and end there. I just want to, you know, put this out there. I hope this was edifying to the elect. You know, once again, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, faith, and much love and blessings to the elect of Israel. Shalom.